Hello everybody, I'm NerdyGuy, and in my last video I talked about the utter morons who want to remove the Department of Education because, like I said, reasons. There's one thing I want to bring up that I didn't bring up in that video, but I'm making its own separate video. This is actually seconds after I recorded my last video, and of course my throat is acting up again, woohoo. But, the current education system is flawed. It is. That was one of the arguments people said, well, we should completely remove well, not we, Swedes are not saying this, Americans are saying this, why Americans should remove the Department of Education. They're saying that the education system is flawed, and therefore we should just remove it. I half agree with that. The system is flawed. Not only in America, it's flawed here in Sweden too. But should we remove it? No, we shouldn't. We should improve it, not remove it. It's the same argument people make with nuclear power. A lot of people saying that, well, nuclear power is bad in its current state, therefore we should just remove it completely. I disagree with that, because I think that if we just remove it completely, we're wasting a huge opportunity to learn, invest, and create a better way to get fuel than nuclear power. Maybe we can even create cold fusion. That would solve a lot of energy problems we have. But we can't. If we just remove nuclear power, we can't do this. So we need to keep using nuclear power. We need to keep researching ways to make it better, make it more efficient. And in the same sense, we need to do the exact same thing with our education system. Because as it is right now, it's rewarding people who's good at memorizing things. Like yours truly. I'm fairly good at memorizing things I've read. Which is why I could, like, the day before we had a big test, I could just read the textbook once and I was done. While people in my class who read the textbook over and over and over and over again, they failed the test because they couldn't memorize it all. That system it's not rewarding actual work, it's rewarding how good you are at memorizing things. I mean, all through high school, I wrote like 3-page long essays. I wrote them in like an hour, half an hour. That was all I needed. Well, I saw other people in my class who spent days working on their essays. But for a person like me, that's nothing. I'm just like, okay, let's just sit down, write this, like drink an energy drink, and let's do this. That was all I had to do. The system is not fair to anybody, and it's not rewarding intelligence. Like I said, it's rewarding how good you are at memorizing what you're being told. Now, at least the education system here in Sweden is better than America, from what I've read about people. I've heard about people who seriously get yelled at for being more advanced than their class. Like a guy wrote about how his music teacher didn't like the fact that he played piano better than the other kids, or stuff like that, basically. But we have sort of that in Sweden too. I mean, my grandmother is from Germany, so I'm technically quarter German. But my dad was put to different standards by his teacher than the rest of the class, his German teacher, because she thought that, well, he should speak German better than all the other kids. Despite the fact that my grandmother did not speak German at home. She spoke Swedish, because she lived in Sweden. So there was no reason for my dad to learn German. But no, she still held him to a higher standard than everybody else. And I saw the same thing happen again with a guy who used to be my stepbrother. His mother was from America. Yeah, and he experienced the same thing. His teacher was constantly complaining about him that he should speak better English than he's doing. And he held him to a different standard, even though he was definitely an A+ level. He was held to a different standard because he should be better. That's not how it works. I mean, the system is stupid. Yes, the system of education is stupid. We need to do a complete rehaul of the system. We need to start rewarding people who actually know things, not just how quick they are to memorize it. I mean, to quote Einstein, I don't remember the exact quote, but the quote was something in the lines of, everybody's intelligent, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then that fish will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. And it's true. There's so much things wrong. For example, I'm good at writing. I want to be a writer at some point in my life, so I'm a really good writer. Yet I sort of suck at math. I mean, I'm not the worst at math. I would say that I'm mediocre at math. But a lot of people think that that's weird. They're like, oh, if you're good at writing, you should be good at math too, because reasons. Like, there's no reason for those two to be combined. And I don't really... I mean, I started to become a journalist, and I had to study math. I'm like, this is not even needed for journalism, but okay. Like, or how about the... what's it called? Gym class, or gymnastics, or PE class, whatever it's called. What? That's a grade that actually pulled my grades down. I'm like, I don't need this. Part of it in high school was that I needed to memorize the Latin name of every muscle in the body. Why would I ever need that? Ever? I remember one muscle. Gluteus maximus. That's the ass muscle. That's why I remember that. That's it. And there's no reason for me to remember it. It's completely useless knowledge. But knowing that is what the school rewards in its current state. It teaches us bullshit and then grades us on how good we are at memorizing it. That's not how it should work. So yeah, the system, it needs an overhaul. I can agree with that. But still, removing the Department of Education would make everything, literally everything, worse. So what do you think about this? Do you think I'm wrong or I'm right that we need to change the system? The system is fucked up in my opinion, but what do you think? I want to know what you think. So leave a comment down below. I read almost every comment. I read all comments and respond to almost every comment. So leave a comment, tell me what you think. And also rate this video with a thumb up or thumb down, whatever you feel appropriate. The ratings are there for a reason. Show me what you think. And subscribe to like my videos. I make new videos every Monday and Friday, unless I forget or something other happens. But usually I tell you, and then sometimes I tell you on my Tumblr, so please people, read my Tumblr at nerdyguyranting.tumblr.com. Anyways, I'm NerdyGuy, and you just watched NerdyGuyRant. Bye!